Hey guys, it is September 30th and I am just about to go take a walk in the garden. Tomorrow we are going to be waking up very cold in the morning, probably like 40 degrees. The high tomorrow is only going to go up to the upper 50s to lower 60s tomorrow. Just coming out here this morning to make a walk through and see what I can harvest before that cold hits, because when it's cold like that and I have to be out here, that was some spider cobweb. um, when it's cold out here, it's really hard for me to be able to come out early. I prefer coming out early, but it seems like it's gonna be very cold in the morning, especially at the time that I want to be out here. So I'm here with a little basket that I use for protecting my seedlings in the garden, because I am going to be harvesting some peppers and some other things that I have going on here in the garden. Look at all that. These are sweet bonnet peppers. First time growing them. Really flavorful. And I'm just wondering if I should pull the green ones off. I don't want the frost. Oh, it's kind of chilly today. I need a sweater. It's windy too. Stick a pin right there. I gotta grab a sweater. I'll be back. Alright, that's better, y'all. Much better. There's a bit of wind. It's probably about 10:30 right now. And what I do is, when it's chilly in the morning time and I have to come out in the garden, I spend some time in the kitchen just doing my preps and making my powders and dehydrating and canning and all that other stuff, and just sorting out and trying to label everything as I go along and let the sun warm up the atmosphere a bit. I'm distracted because I'm watching my dog. She's never on a leash. So I'm just watching her. She won't go far, but still I gotta keep my eyes on her. But yeah, I prefer staying in until it warms up a bit, and then I can come out here and start harvesting or doing whatever needs to be done in the garden. I prefer the entire day to do that, like when I used to come out like 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning and be out here all day till the sun comes up, pretty much like 11, 12 in the afternoon, and um, come back later on in the evening when the sun starts to go down. But these days it's a bit way more chilly, and so part of my garden day gets interrupted by the cooler temps. But we are gonna harvest some peppers, and this one I'm gonna take it out of the ground here, and yeah, I'm gonna just pluck all these off, and I'm pulling them all off. There's still some little flower buds on it, as you can see, as it's growing. Okay, but I'm gonna pluck all these off because I want to save this plant and overwinter it for next season. So today I'm gonna be pretty much harvesting most of my peppers and getting ready to prepare them for overwintering, because I have had so much pepper all season long, all different varieties, and so I'm satisfied with what I was able to harvest thus far. Let's see, there's a tiny one here. Yep, so I just pretty much released that tree of all the peppers on it. The jalapenos, I made pepper jelly. I can still save seeds because there's a lot of seeds that have gone to maturity, as in this ripe jalapeno here. Look at this one. That's more than enough peppers for me to save. So that's why I like when they can go all the way to full maturity and I can save seeds for growing in the future. I can share some if, you know, people may need some seeds. Or this one, I'm also gonna save it. Well, I'm not too sure. I gotta see what I have growing in containers already, and if I do have jalapenos, which I know I do, I'm just not certain how much. This tree, as you can see, the stem is very old because I have been overwintering this one for a couple of years, and I planted it in ground this year because I planned on just letting it die back and fade and go back to the earth. So hence the reason I think this one is actually in the soil. Now there was one over here in this bed. I literally grew nothing in this bed this year because, oh, there we go. There's another pepper. I'm not even sure which one. Is that my chocolate scotchy? This might be my chocolate scotch bonnet pepper. I'm not even certain, but I'm definitely going to be pulling this one out. The critters gave this such a hard time this year. And also this one here. We still have a lot of flower buds. Oh, there's a melon somewhere in there. I think it's a cantaloupe. This one also, I think I'm gonna let this go back to the soil. I have sufficient, and I'm gonna pull all the peppers off. And that's all that's left on this. And we are gonna go in here. And you would notice as I go through that I have food growing everywhere. This is an herb, marshmallow. This is goldenrod right here. Then we have some blue borage. These ones here, they're just flowering everywhere. I have calendula. Tomatoes are still going. The frost is gonna come and hit this, and I have tons of tomatoes. These tomatoes are so sweet. Tons of these tomatoes. And look how far this is growing. Look how high this is in my cherry tree, and it's still growing. Way up there, tomatoes. So we're gonna harvest more peppers. These are arroz con pollo peppers. I'm gonna be overwintering these ones. Just always so much work to do, guys. I'd rather do it now than, you know, having to rush because the freeze is coming, the frosty weather is coming to hit these plants, and I'm just like overwhelmed by all that I have to do outdoors to protect the plants that I want to overwinter. So I might as well get an early start on them. And like all the other pepper trees, look at that. So all these blooms, and I'm gonna prune these trees back anyways, and that's how I get them prepared for overwintering. Oops, I think I just dropped one. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna grab these, and I was waiting for these to ripen so I can see all the seeds. And this variety is called, and I'm gonna spell it out for you, AJICACHUCHA. I'm not even gonna try to, you know, pronounce it because I know I'm gonna butcher the name. We still have some that are not fully ripened, but I'm happy that they were able to get to the point where I can harvest all those seeds that are already mature. This one's a green one. I'm also gonna pop that off because, yep, it's that time. The cold is coming. Get a couple more tomatoes, snacking tomatoes. And I still have some Jersey Devil tomatoes here. I'm probably gonna have to pick them green because that frost, that cold that's coming in is gonna start hitting them. There's another plant here with a few green ones left on it. I'm also gonna take these because ain't time for sticking. I think there's another pepper tree somewhere in the midst there. In the jungle. Yeah. We're gonna release you of your duties. You did well all season long, so thank you for producing. Ugh. I also have potatoes, sweet potatoes that I need to harvest. I know I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna have enough time. Look at that, guys. Potatoes. Potatoes. Nice size. I might just harvest them today. I was gonna, oh, I was gonna wait till November, but I plan to wait till November because I know it's gonna hit the leaves on it, and that'll be fine because the potatoes will be in the ground. But I figure, you know what? Let me just pop them out, and I just now decided to do that. Let's get this broccoli here. This okra here, I'm saving it for the seeds. I have another one that I'm saving for the seeds. It's on that plant right there that's still sending out flowers. Yeah, that I have with potatoes also. I like to stick my hand in here, and that's the advantage of the raised bed because the soil is so much loose, so much more loose than if you have it in ground. Yeah, guys, we gotta do some harvesting of these potatoes. Hubby's gonna have to help me on this one. Still have beans to harvest. We can still get a couple meals out of these. These I'm gonna save for replanting. Alright, I'm getting so distracted. There's the okra that I'm saving for seeds and the beautiful flower that's still coming out. They're all sending out flowers still and growing. Alright, let me pluck these here off. Alright, so these two peppers are done. Not bad. And the easy thing about this for me is when I'm overwintering them and they're already planted in these 5-gallon buckets, all I have to do is just add some chicken compost right here to it and prune this plant back a bit. And that's it. It's already in the container that I'm going to be overwintering it in. Alright, moving along. Moving along. What are you doing? Come on. Come. So, I do have, as you can see, another loaded tree of these same peppers, and also another one here loaded of those same peppers, and I have been harvesting peppers from them. So instead of saving 4 pepper plants, well, maybe we'll see if I have the room for 4, but I usually would like to keep 2 peppers like this poblano pepper here. I have 2 of these. There's one here and there's another one right here. So those I would definitely keep, and those are planted in 10-gallon containers, as you can see. Um, Definitely going to be keeping this jalapeno because it's already in its overwintering bucket. So that's easier for me. Less work, because gardening ain't easy. You have to find the time for the type of gardening I do. Honestly, it's a lot of harvesting, a lot of work, and putting up, your produce. And for me, that would like to overwinter my plants, then it's also work preparing that space for those plants that I'm overwintering. This is another one. Why do I have so many of the same thing? I don't know. Um, we'll see. Look at that, guys. That's the second double pepper that I got so far this year. And there were two different varieties. So I'm done harvesting this variety here. Look how much we got here. And more peppers in here. And for these ones, I'm going to let them go a little bit longer because I want to collect the seeds. I'm not sure if you notice how the colors are already changing. So they're starting to ripen a bit, which is good. And because they're in containers, I can always move them indoors in my garage if it's going to get really, really cold out and I don't want the frost to damage them. But for now, I'm going to let those poblano ancho peppers stay on the plant. And I'm going to harvest as much as I can of the ones that are ripe and ready, just to give the other ones on the plant some time to ripen. And like I said, I'm not worried about them because I can always move them to a warmer location if need be. And these ones are Thai hot chili peppers. Wait a sec, I think I left one of my, there it is. My bell pepper, it's starting to ripen. So I'm looking forward to the seeds from that. Then I have some pimento peppers here. I'm not going to pull the green ones because they're in containers. And I have tons of habaneros. More habaneros than I can deal with. Oop, I'm dropping peppers. Oh, yeah. And honestly, you really have to have time to be able to deal with your produce when you harvest, because they're going to go bad. And these, I'm just going to sit them in my garage on the shelf because it gets cool at night. It's just like you putting them in the refrigerator. I also sit them on the countertop so the peppers that are not fully ripe can ripen a little bit, especially if I want like my pepper sauce to look a certain way, have a certain color. I tend to leave it to ripen a little bit on the countertop. And I forgot to put gloves on for peppers like these that are open, because this is a hot pepper. I'm just gonna sit it right there. I really think I outdid myself. With these peppers, because I'm done making pepper sauce. I have to dehydrate some. I've pickled some already, and we still have lots of peppers that are still going to be coming off these plants. So this is what my pepper harvest is looking like this morning. What I gotta do now is label these plants, because once I remove all the peppers off them, then I wouldn't remember what variety I have growing in those containers. And so my goal is to keep them labeled. I left this little one on this tree here so I know what this is. I also left like this little one here, and it's easier when it's planted in containers for me because it's easier for me when it's planted in containers because I don't have to take all the peppers off. I can always leave one on or a couple on to indicate what variety it is before I stash them away, for overwintering. This is my pepper harvest, and I am getting ready to put them indoors before the frost comes in. Now these, I am gonna pull them out, but I'm not quite ready. I'm not sure what variety they are, but they are spicy. That's this one. I have at least 7 of them. 1, 2, full of peppers and blossom. 3, 4, 5, 6, peppers everywhere. 7. I believe this is the Greek pepper, pepperoncini. That's what I believe they are. So I am going to be harvesting them and also digging them up from the soil and putting them in a container to overwinter. And because I worked so hard, I'm going to be getting a snack today. If you enjoy my content and you are not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so, choosing the all options so you can receive alerts all my newly uploaded content. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next upload.